When the letter arrived, it was wrapped in an aged, crumbling envelope. The inked words within were terse. To reclaim what's yours. Return to Ravensmoor. Midnight. Alone. Eleanor hadn't set foot in Ravensmoor, her childhood home, for over a decade. Not since the fire that consumed her parents and left her the sole survivor. The estate was supposed to have burned to the ground, yet the letter bore the unmistakable crest of her family seal. She hesitated, then boarded the first train out of the city. Ravensmoor stood as though untouched by time, its looming spires and dark stone walls defying the fire that should have destroyed it. The smell of damp earth and ash lingered in the air as Eleanor pushed open the creaking gate. The front door was unlocked. Inside, the grand hall glowed faintly with the light of a single chandelier, though no electricity should have powered it. Shadows danced across the ornate mirrors and the family portraits lining the walls. At the stroke of midnight, a voice called from the parlor. "You came." Eleanor froze. It was her mother's voice, soft and melodic, exactly as she remembered. She stepped into the room, her breath catching as she saw her parents seated by the fireplace. They looked just as they had the night of the fire. Her father with his pipe, her mother in her favorite emerald dress. They turned to her and smiled. "Is this a dream?" Eleanor whispered, trembling. Her mother stood, reaching out. "No dream, darling. We've been waiting." "For what?" Eleanor asked, her voice cracking. "To finish what we started," her father said, his eyes glinting with something dark and unreadable. Eleanor took a step back. The fire in the hearth flared, its light casting grotesque shadows that twisted her parents' faces. "You're not real," she said, gripping the back of a chair for support. "Oh, we're real," her mother said, her voice taking on an edge. "But we won't be for long unless you help us." They explained that Ravensmoor had been cursed, a pact made generations ago. Each family member had to willingly bind their soul to the house upon their death, or the estate would collapse, taking everyone within it to oblivion. The fire, they said, had been their attempt to escape the curse, but it had failed. "You're the last," her father said. "The house will die without you." "And if it dies?" Eleanor asked. "We all go with it," her mother said, her expression softening. "Including you." Eleanor felt the weight of their words. Could she truly doom her family, cursed or not? Yet, the thought of binding herself to this haunted place for eternity chilled her. The house groaned, its walls trembling. Her parents stepped closer, their forms flickering like faulty projections. "You don't have to stay forever," her mother whispered, brushing a phantom hand against Eleanor's cheek, "just long enough to pass the burden." Desperate for clarity, Eleanor fled to the library. The room was untouched by time, its shelves lined with dusty tomes. Among them, she found a journal, her grandmother's. The entries detailed the origins of the curse, a deal struck with a shadowy figure for prosperity, sealed with blood. But one line stood out: "The pact can be broken. A sacrifice of the heart will sever the chains." The door slammed shut behind her. Turning, Eleanor saw her parents, their faces gaunt and eyes glowing with anger. "You've read enough," her father growled. Eleanor clutched the journal. "Why didn't you tell me there was a way to end this?" "It's too dangerous," her mother said, her voice pleading now. "We couldn't risk losing you, but you'd keep me trapped here." Eleanor's voice rose. "Like you're trapped," her father advanced. "You don't understand. The sacrifice I'll decide," she shouted, running past them. In the grand hall, The fire burned higher, the shadows writhing like living creatures. Eleanor held the journal tightly, the words, "sacrifice of the heart," echoing in her mind. "What do you want from me?" she screamed. The house answered with a deafening roar, a single word carved into the air: "Choose." Eleanor realized the choice was hers alone. To break the curse, she had to sever her bond with her family, the only connection she had left. The sacrifice wasn't physical, it was emotional. Her parents appeared again, their forms barely holding together. "Eleanor, please," her mother begged, tears streaming down her translucent face. Eleanor's heart ached, but she knew what she had to do. "I'm sorry," she whispered. She threw the journal into the fire. The house screamed, its walls shuddering violently. Her parents' forms disintegrated, their cries mingling with the roar of the flames. The fire spread rapidly, consuming everything in its path. Eleanor ran, the heat searing her skin as she burst through the front door. Behind her, Ravensmoor collapsed in on itself, a cacophony of wood and stone and anguish. When she turned back, the estate was gone. In its place was a barren field, the night silent,